cliff face area. This is where you are.
Do I notice him?
That's the question. Are you being, I mean, you were just out and about, right? You weren't really.
I was thinking, after noticing the fight area, why it is here, but I assume that I'm regularly just walking about.
Yeah.
I know the area like the back of my multiple hands.
Yes, you do.
So this does not belong here.
Does not.
How big is it?
Right,
I start the perimeter. I don't go in.
Sure, I understand, but the point is, even before you start the perimeter, this elf and human actually come out of it and are talking about something. Yeah. So basically, all of your characters have converged on this spot, which is near the mouth of this water coming out, right? And so it's at the sacred place, right, where you're not allowed to go.
But I don't see other people because this is this. Let's say if you're walking around, you seem distressed. Would that be correct?
Certainly concerned.
Yeah. Concerned a lot of this. Why is here? What's happened? But
and I'm going to say, without even a roll, your creature and your creature.
Oh yeah.
Are each one is going to like. There's a creature over there, and your creature's like, there's a creature over there.
Can we do a wireless connection through our companions to communicate?
Yes, of course you could.
Some interesting,
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
It's like both of them like perk up their ears or whatever, and are like, hey. So the two creatures have spotted each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's not. They have to.
I'm assuming Magnus informs me, and I've been raised with. I trust them with my life, so I check out the possible intruder and dangerous creature that is near the sacred place of my people.
Well, it is a great big fuzzy green cat with enormous jaws, horns, and too many legs.
That is being potentially ridden. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah,
walking next to.
Yeah, you accompanied, and they're up there in the rocks, accompanied by this scary elf woman, and basically, and then there's this other scary elf woman with the human guy, who have just come out of the zone. And you've been spotted, but it seems to me as though you, being the smallest of the bunch and not associated with the creature and not as obvious, you're not actually spotted at this time by the creatures. Yeah,
no,
you spotted him, but you have not yet. You don't know about him yet.
And I also didn't.
Right, and you were kind of like,
he's harmless.
Well,
no, not he's harmless. Like it's
unimportant.
No, I'm walking in the forest. There are predators hunting stuff, but that's not my concern. I have another task.
That's cold.
Yes, and now
I would like to try to communicate because we did see him agitated, and my Kiri is telling me this is, there is a psionic connection there.
I would say that you guys can just sense the psionic connection. You're both active psionic practitioners. You have better than the default method, psionics, and so yes, you can sense each other. Yeah, through your beasts.
I would like to ask.
Yeah.
Through the chain somehow.
The exchange.
if they know where the defilers of this place went, I'm hunting for them.
So this person is saying that they are looking for whoever did that horrific spell.
I don't know if we can lie through psionics.
Well, that's what the dice are for. It's close enough.
I'm not lying, but that's the thing. Like, if
we'll talk about that later. Yeah, when we get there. Yeah. It would be just like an ordinary lie.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what will you?
I do not know where the individual cast this abhorrent thing is.
Mhm. So that this person is just as startled by all of this as you guys. Um, now is the time when walking out of the water, like in the water. There's actually a path next to it, but they're not in the path. Walking along downstream from the mouth of the cave emerges a strange humanoid creature. And it's dressed in ragged strips of cloth at best. And it looks like a very, very skinny, with two long legs, two long arms that go at weird angles. So when it walks, it kind of lurches. And its withered face is almost skeletal in its fleshlessness, and it's overtaken by a bone mask, some kind of reptilian mask, is wearing it like a helmet, right? Some sort of skullish, modified skull of some creature is wearing it, kind of like a helmet, so you can't see that much of their face. And its long arm reaches out and it's holding a bell of some kind of metal.
Can I do something?
Well, I'm going to tell you, the bell is going to start ringing.
Oh no.
And now I'm asking, what is everybody going to do?
There's a bell that starts to ring.
Yeah. So this is all bad. It's got bad written all over it.
So this person came out of the sacred place.
They obviously had gone in there.
Do I recognize him in any way?
Right, correct. This is not supposed to be there. You've never seen this particular creature before. If it had been in there all that time, that would be a bad thing. Or it went in there recently. But it seems to have sort of an air of ownership of like, this is my place now, and is
I'm going to take offense to that.
Uh-huh.
It is not your place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, as soon as I can, try to get as close as possible without them noticing me. To really sneak up on them.
Well, that's a good question. That's kind of an open area that the waters are coming out of. You could, if you tried to maybe go around the sides or something like that, or at least you get an advantageous position.
Yeah, to try an advantageous position at least.
Okay.
There's no meat on that thing, so I'm still stalking Jeff.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's not very nice of you. Okay. And so then?
I would like to make some sort of sound, like a warning sound that I know will carry down this gully and folks.
Right.
I want to convey back to, because we're not that far away, it's 2 kilometers. And it's not covered with vegetation or anything like that. It's rocks. There's gonna be echo and so on. Basically, like a screech of a bird or something like that. But there were a lot of elves back in the camp, and I think there would be some sort of, especially if it's from the region and so on, some sort of a sign of alert or
That's
warning.
an interesting point. I think you're right. I think that they would have calls or signals that they would use that would quickly transfer across distances.
So I basically want to, I don't know what this creature is doing, but this was defilement.
Yeah.
It can do
It
whatever.
clearly has disrupted whatever the plan was.
But I say this about after the bell. I will take up arms and check with the human how well he is in fighting. How we're going to proceed in fighting if we're going to fight something or someone.
Yeah, you get a good look at Jeff's ex-gladiator background. He looks like somebody who's survived a few fights that he thought he was going to lose. So he kind of gets that look in his eye of, well, might not, but doesn't mean I'm not going to fight. So is sort of readying He's not well enough to use a missile weapon. He's got a short spear that he's going to use as a handheld.
He can also throw it.
Yeah, he can, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I
Then
guess so.
he's without a weapon.
Yeah.
And so, and then what are you going to do?
What?
Well, you're going to do the
I
signal.
did the signal.
Right. Go ahead.
What weapons do I have?
Well, you have your bow.
Bow.
Yeah.
I haven't actually listed any weapons here, so I have everything at my disposal.
I wouldn't put it quite that way.
Until I specify what I have,
Right.
you don't know what
You
I
have some, well, let's put it this way.
weapons.
I
You
have
very
put
basic
here
ones that would be
bow,
appropriate.
spear, bone scimitar, obsidian knife, question mark, javelins?
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
I have a knife?
No.
Yes,
This is
of
all.
course.
I
Yes.
was just making a list of potential weapons. It's
Right.
not that I have everything. No.
Right. You would probably have brought javelins,
Okay.
I would say. Those are very practical weapons for where you are. More so than a bow because you might get ambushed at close range.
Do I see an opening?
Sure.
Then
I see. Well, wait a minute.
Are you
Jeff
going
doesn't
for
look.
Jeff?
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
Jeff is getting ready to fight.
Yeah.
Yes, he's moving
Oh,
into
yeah,
this.
no.
So
Yeah.
he's moving. I mean, very much into the open.
Yeah.
Picking him off will be hard.
Okay.
So you have a chance, but it's a 1 die. A 1 die start.
Well, I have 2+2 in sling and bullets.
Mhm. So okay, so just
Yeah.
that's where you're after, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I was in the advantage position to.
correct, but that's I understand that, but how will you address the problem?
Oh, you mean?
Getting ready to fight.
I mean, are you attacking? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do I see the enemy or just
Yes.
the bell? Oh, I see the enemy.
Yeah, it's the person holding it, the creature holding the bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what everyone else does then. As
Right. We have
Besides making the signal, I'm going to find the quickest and relatively safe way going down towards that creature. So
Right.
I'm not going to actually be going down right now. I'm going to try to see what happens first.
okay. It sounds a little bit like what you're doing as well. The two of you are trying to maneuver into an advantageous position.
I am not on the same level as them.
Correct.
The
You
way
are
that
higher
it's
up, yes.
crafted, so-
And what about your creature?
Oh, he's waiting for me.
Oh, I see. Okay. And so these two are not attacking quite yet. They're trying to maneuver into a better position
How far is he?
within bowshot.
Okay, let's say this. I tell him that we will go after. How many arrows do I have?
It doesn't really matter.
Enough,
I
I
mean,
guess.
you have enough for a reasonable fight.
Okay, I'll tell the gladiator with me that we're going to be going forward to this creature. As I shoot arrows,
Uh-huh.
he will stand beside me to check up for an ambush.
Excellent. Yeah, and then when you get close enough, then he'll aid you.
Then he'll aid you,
Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
I
Um,
think when you hear my
Yeah.
signal, you also see that I'm up there.
Right.
Maybe
So
it was
because you two have been traveling together, so you know that
Yeah.
that person. So you're not frightened or weirded out by this woman
Okay.
with her beast. You know
First
about
kill.
that. So, so you're going to. So you're giving the signal. So you know that eventually the people all back there are getting the signal
Okay.
of some kind.
I think
And
they might be too crowded now.
Well,
Standing close together, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe I missed my opportunity. I might as well.
Do
fling
you want to try and see if you can?
Yeah, but just unmodified. No,
Okay.
why not? Indeed, because I said I do it. So
you also now see me on the other side.
yeah,
of
but maybe I just.
I'm not so sure about this though.
Half-heartedly.
Remember, if you and Jeff are proceeding, at a walk,
Yeah.
basically, the idea that if we had like a full-on view of you, that some horrible little creature from like this side of the screen
Yeah.
sort of takes Jeff
Yeah.
onto the other side of the screen, like from right next to you, right? That's not that impossible, right? Yeah. So.
That's next. First, it's a sling and bullet.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
you. Oh, then that magic. Then you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.